Senator J. Barry Stout's record of public service extends over 40 years, but the impact of his work will be felt for generations to come. When you ask about his greatest achievement,
I just turn around here and point at this little plaque here. This was a plaque that was made up when we opened up a section of the Monfayette Expressway.
there is no question the Monfayette Expressway and Southern Beltway projects will change the face of southwestern Pennsylvania forever.
When I started in 1970, there wasn't a foot of concrete. As I leave in the year 2010, by working with other people, we'll have over 60 miles of interstate road, quality road built.
Sure, we can see the progress and we know about the impact, but Senator Stout's vision sees things generations ahead.
I didn't build that road for Barry Stout. I built it for my grandchildren so they'd have a future in southwestern Pennsylvania, so they could be part of the Pittsburgh metropolitan area with job opportunities, educational opportunities, healthcare opportunities, but still be able to live in Washington County or Fayette County or Greene County and have be able to be part of the community. That's what we need to have, job opportunities for young people so they can stay in these counties.
He may look to the future with every decision, but Senator Stout's roots in Bentleyville and southwestern Pennsylvania run deep and true. His small town charm sets him apart, including those legendary one-liners. He says his great uncles taught him to tell it like it is while living on their farm as a boy.
He used to, feed pigs and so forth, and he'd always say, "Happy as a pig in slop." Like that. So, but they have a lot of good sayings, and some of them I can't say on this interview, the views, but no, it's the way people express themselves, very fundamental and to the point. Not a lot of fancy words, just to tell you the way things are.
He's got a fantastic sense of humor, he's very glib, and some of the old sayings he comes out with really in a timely fashion will break the tension in the room. But more importantly, I'm going to miss Barry for his wisdom and counsel. Barry is certainly a walking history book as far as transportation throughout the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. He can remember the dates when something was enacted to when something was constructed. And it's fascinating to have that encyclopedia of knowledge available to you, especially during hearings.
And Senator Stout brought that sense of humor and charm to the Senate floor. We all remember the time that he urged his colleagues to approve gaming legislation in a way that only Barry Stout could do.
I guarantee you that the voters of Pennsylvania are thinking we're the rear end of a horse if we don't, we're the rear end of a horse if we don't get this bill passed.
He was very effective on the floor. He didn't make long speeches. Barry was a workhorse. He was not a show horse. But when he got up on the floor with his homemade charts to make a point, people listened and we learned.
We sure did learn. We learned how to work with others. It was always about getting the job done.
Barry has earned and gained the respect of everybody here on both sides of the aisle, in both chambers, and with the various governors, both Republican and Democrat. Barry came here as a student and a student of transportation, and he is leaving as the Dean of Transportation. I don't think there's been anybody ever in the history of this Commonwealth that is more knowledgeable on the transportation issues.
But getting the job done came with a loyal staff, a family atmosphere, one that Senator Stout appreciates and cherishes.
Most of the staff members, the majority, have been with me for 25 or over, some of them over 30 years, been able to work together to serve our constituents. So I really appreciate all their dedication over these years to make my job possible.
Now is the time for you to enjoy a nice, relaxing drive on the highway of life, Senator Stout. Relax and spend time with Lenore, your 6 beautiful children, and those growing grandchildren. Oh yes, and there's always room for advice to your colleagues.
Well, the members of the General Assembly are going to have to do like my great uncles would plow with a team of horses. And they always say, you always whip the horse that's doing the pulling. The horse that's not pulling is not going to pull anyway. If you whip the horse that's pulling, he'll pull a little bit harder. So you have to keep working a little bit harder to meet the demands of state government to meet the needs of the citizens of Pennsylvania.
Thank you, Senator Stout, for improving the lives of Pennsylvanians for generations to come.
We're going to miss him. And all I can say is that he will always be known here as the King of the Road.
King of the road.